Hey y'all, this video is for a oil leak on a 23 or the new platform Husqvarna KTM. This is a FC350. I would imagine it's the same for the FC250 or SXF 350, SXF 250 four strokes. I had or have some oil or some sort of oily substance coming out of here. This actually, upon my research, it's a drain for the spark plug valley. So the spark plug goes into the head here, from the valve cover down to here. There's like a valley, and apparently there's some seals that are under the valve cover that we're going to replace today, and we're going to see if we can fix that. These are the seals. There's a couple, two O-rings, and then I believe this is the seal. This should be the fix. It's like a flat, I'm gonna guess it's a valve cover gasket O-ring, but stay tuned. I'm gonna take this apart. We're gonna do a time lapse, and I'll let you know my findings and see the fix. All right, so disassembly, I ripped both shrouds off and the airbox cover off and the other shock cover off, and also ripped the fuel tank off. I just disconnected the fuel pump off it and just twisted it around right there, as you see, and I'm just letting it rest there. Hopefully this all helps, but just keeping it basic, and it's just common mechanical skills. Thank you. So the leak is supposed to be like under the spark plug wire here. Sometimes these spark plug wires can be loose and allowing water in there when you wash your bike to fill that up, but I just had this apart and I cleaned it up. So there's some oil on here. I'm gonna just like clean it off. I'm gonna blow it off, but I just wanted to show you before you take the valve cover off, just make sure you clean all the sand. I went sand riding before this, so make sure you clean all the sand possible. I can't emphasize that enough. And I'm gonna show you how some liquid comes out of here when I put air to it. So watch here. See that? Some water. Looks like water, and I put dielectric grease on the tip. I'm gonna spray some brake clean in here before I take this apart, just to get all the oily stuff out of there. Back, flush it. Just try to get all the junk out of there before I take this apart. I think that's good. I'm gonna rip the two valve cover bolts off, and I'm gonna take the vent off here for the crankcase pressure, just because I don't want to pull the hose all the way up. But stay tuned. All right, so I got the valve cover off. As you can see, it's in my hands. It came off very easy. Obviously this bike's brand new, and I was looking to replace, this is that flat O-ring, the washer. It's got grooves in it, you can see that. And those two O-rings. Here's the part number for this said washer, which I'm finding this washer goes right, like, obviously right there. So, like, mind you, I'm not some bozo off YouTube. I'm actually a certified tech, so I know what's going on. But upon my inspection here, this is where that O-ring is gonna sit, like this. That's what should be there. Well, apparently on the build of this bike, it's not on there. And I've seen it all. Mistakes happen. Further investigation on my end, I'll show you what I got. Grab a pick. So just going on, here's your timing gears, timing chain, and your cams are right there. But if you look down here, hopefully you can see it. See that right there? Right there, touching it with the pick. That's the black washer. It's around the valve spring. Son of a bitch. How the hell am I gonna get that out? See, this side doesn't have one, right? That's where it fell down during the build of the engine. Whoever was building the engine, it must have just fell off and went in there somehow. I have no idea, but anyway, I'm gonna get that gasket out. Those two O-rings go under this. I'm gonna imagine that spins off. I'll do a little more investigation. Not sure if I'm gonna replace those because mine clearly was leaking here. That's my leak. If you've ever encountered it, it's probably that gasket, but mine didn't have one, so that's why mine was leaking so much. All right, stay tuned. So at this point, it is assembly. I slid the valve cover on, and I was just halfway on, and then I slid the flat washer on and made sure that everything's lining up. That's what I'm doing now. And everything went together great. I snugged down the valve cover bolts, like they're 10 millimeters. I just think you snug them up. Go all the way until they stop and give it like a little 1/8 inch turn more. I think that's all you need. I mean, it's not really necessary to torque something like that, but look it up in your book if you'd like to. All right, so to conclude this video, this was the culprit. It was that valve cover spark plug tube flat washer. This one split. This was the one that was in the engine. I didn't know how I was going to get it off. It was around the valve spring somehow, but it was split. So I grabbed the pick and pulled it out. And yeah, I'm gonna guess during assembly it just fell down there somehow and ended up around that valve spring. But all in all, I replaced it and put the valve cover on. You can see the bikes together. I rode the bike today in the woods, did some trail riding, and no leak. It's not leaking. So the problem was this, obviously, because it was not there. But yeah, so if you ever have a problem where it's leaking out of that hole right there, it could be this or those brown O-rings that I did not use. It's these. Those go around that like tube. I didn't pull that out. I didn't really know how to take it out. I didn't look into it, but I knew my problem, and hopefully this helps you all. Like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, we'll catch you at the next. Thank you.